Mathemusica.123, your key to musical freedom. Hi, I'm Sherm, and I'll be your guide as we look at how to improvise music without reading. In this video, we will look at how to construct the major scale using half steps and whole steps. We'll start with C major, which is only white keys, and then we'll take that same example and we'll look at G major and F major. So as you can see in C major, the scale is only white keys. C is here, and it sounds something like this. That is recognizable to the Western ear as the major scale. The question is why? If you want to start improvising your own music, you have to have an understanding of how the scale operates and the intervals in between each of the notes. We'll be looking at intervals more in a later video. For now, what we have to know is there are half steps and there are whole steps. So each note in the scale has a number. In C major, C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and C is 8, but 8 is actually 1. So we have whole steps from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, half step from 3 to 4, whole step from 4 to 5, whole step 5 to 6, whole step 6 to 7, and half step 7 to 8. This is the pattern that we will use for all the major scales. In this video, that will be G major and F major. From C to D is a whole step. Why? Because you have a half step here and then a whole step. So half plus half is whole. D to E, same thing. Half plus half is whole. E to F, there is no black key in between, so that is a half step. So we have F to G is a whole step, G to A, whole step, A to B, whole step, B to C, half step. So the pattern for the major scale is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And in C major, it sounds like this. Now, when we move to G major, we have to start to apply the same pattern of whole steps and half steps in order to construct the scale in G. This is where we're going to start to look at sharps and flats. So let's see how the scale works in G major. In G major, we have the same pattern of whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, but now we're going to start from G. So now, since we're in G major, G is the new 1. G is 1, A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5, E is 6, F sharp is 7, and G is 8, which is also 1. We're going to look at that F sharp and how that works right now. So from G to A is a whole step. A to B is a whole step. B to C is a half step. Whole, whole, half. C to D is a whole step. D to E is a whole step. Now we need a whole step. If we move from E to F, that's only a half step. We have to use F sharp. This is our first black key. Sharp means higher than. So F sharp means higher than F. And then half step, F sharp, G. So if we look at that scale and we hear it, it sounds like this. Now let's look at the F major scale, and we're going to look at our first flat. Once again, for the major scale, we have whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now we're going to look at F major, and we're going to apply the same logic, the same mathematics. Once again, for the major scale, we have whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now, we're going to look at F major, and we're going to apply the same logic, the same mathematics. F to G, whole step. G to A, whole step. Now we have a half step. If we go to the B, that's a whole step. It won't work. A half step goes to B flat. Flat means lower than, so this is lower than B. F to G, whole. G to A, whole. A to B flat, half. Then we have a whole step. The whole step goes to C. Then we have another whole step, C to D, another whole step, D to E, and then a half step, E to F. So it sounds like this. Okay, now we've looked at this in C major with no sharps and no flats. We've looked at it in G major with one sharp, and we've looked at it in F major with one flat. Thank you for watching Mathemusica.123. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. There will be more videos soon, including chords, intervals, and how to get started improvising your own music using numbers. So, you can find links to my own music, writing, and photography underneath this video. Thank you for watching, and until the next time, enjoy making music.